Hello everyone, as usual, let's wait a bit until everyone joins us. Okay, I think we can start. Hello everyone. Thanks that most or almost all of you managed to finish activity 08 exercise. It's really good. I think we talked a lot about it. So it's, yeah, finally most of you managed to complete it. So yeah, first of all, let's go through the yeah. First of all, let's take a look on one of the possible solutions for this particular exercise. Someone else wants to join us. Okay. So yeah. First of all, okay. Let me search for the initial version of this exercise. So just to start with the very beginning. Hello. Yeah. Something else joined us. Okay, let me just start with the initial version. Moments. We'll search for them. Okay, so many people are joining today. It's more than usual. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay, 1 moment. I'm almost there. Okay. So 1 moment. Yeah. So here it is. Here it is. So yeah. Let's go through all the points here. Let's delete since that was not the part of the initial design. So first of all, as it is stated here, we need to add validation on the input. So for this purpose we can create. Okay, that's already here, and we can check the validation on the. We can do the validation on the input parameters A and B, and as I mentioned, we can basically check everything. So first of all, if A is less than -10, and yeah, and so this is the first case. We just need to want to find that A is outside the available range available to be used, but B is inside this range. So in this case, first of all, we check if A is less than -10, and as the second condition, we just need to check if B is inside the range. So we can do it in the following way: -10 and B is less or equal than 10. So if this is true, it means that the input is incorrect, and we can do the assertion. So that will be false. So the assertion will be failed, and that will result in the assertion error. So and here we can set A and A and is below -10. So that's the first case, and second is if it's above. So you can basically copy it and just change to this way. So in this case, we check the second condition. The B cases, that's a good question. We can basically skip this. We can do it without brackets, but I like to do it with brackets because just to make the code more understandable. Because actually here we have, so on one side we have something which is incorrect, and on the other side we have something which is basically correct. Yeah. So if we do it this way, that would be less understandable. Just where is the wrong condition, right? Because you just have 3 straight conditions. So I would like to use here. That's up to you. It's just the way I like to do it, because in this case we can simply distinguish these two cases. And here we need to put that in the comment that this is above 10. And in the opposite on the opposite side we can do it the same way, just by changing A and B. And here the same way, and here should be the same. That's what we have for first 3 conditions. Then we'll have more tricky conditions. Maybe let's start with just simple tapping. So A is below and 10 is below. A is below and B is below -10. So if a is less than minus 10 and b is less than minus 10. So here, yeah, just nothing more needs to be added here, so we can just simply write the assertion. Okay. Input value a is below minus 10 and b is below minus 10. And of course double ends. Then there's the case where a should be above 10 and b should be below 10. So let's just copy. Below minus 10 of course, yeah. Yes, minus 10. Then we should just change the places. B and A. Below and B is above. Yeah. Below and B is above, then A is above and B is below. Okay, yeah, that's this, and yeah, so these cases. That A is below minus 10 and B is above minus about 10, that's... okay, yeah, so A is above and B is below. Okay, okay, so we have just, I was sorry, just a little bit confused there. So A is above and B is above, yeah. So that's one is, let's just copy this one. It's above and B is above. So that's for the validation, that's practically, yeah, that's it for validation. And in the same way, okay, maybe not the same way, but yeah, the same way the output needs to be validated as well. So we have validate output and we have the operation to be used in the, okay, by default we can return 0. Okay, that we can use operation, use switch and check which operation is provided here. In this case plus, and we need to declare the results. So you need to get the result, and for the plus it's just simply A plus 3. And of course we need to break. Then for minus, that's similar way. Simply subtract the values here. Then for the multiplication, also the same way. And don't forget to break, because otherwise that will go through all the statements. And the last one is division, basically the only one which can raise the problems at this point. To talk about the exceptions just a little bit later. So yeah, and after that need to check if the result is correct. So result is above 10. Okay, should be the stuff. Okay, then here we need to show the exception, which, okay, maybe let's first of all, let's declare the exception to just to use it. Right, so here we have the operation, and we need to use the exception. I will, so basically it doesn't really matter where do you want, yeah, in which place you declare the exception. If it is in the separate file or it's inside the class, it doesn't really matter, especially in this case. You can declare it inside this file or inside, not create a new one. It is not really important in this case. Okay, a moment, let me just check my example. Yeah. So, yeah, basically, after this class we can declare another class. And so we can call sample population exception. And we, since it is not stated which particular exception we need to inherit from which we need to inherit the class, we can, yeah, of course, here we can generate serial ID, or not this one, but yeah, it generated. So that's requested by compiler. Then as I said, we need to have two constructors. So the first one, well, basically, I will just simply need to call the superclass, and another one is the superclass. Yeah, the string plus throwable, and yeah, throwable as well. Should be the calls. In the same way, I need to call the superclass. The string and the calls. Let's use the question. How do they generate from serial? Yeah, so this is basically the serial is basically, yeah, this is generated, and another one is default. The default is 1, and the serial is just generated. Basically, we don't use them. We just simply declare them because that's requested by compiler. But we will not use them at the moment, so there's no difference for us. What is in this place? So now we declare the exception, and basically at the end we can simply use it. So here we can declare try catch. Again, remember about the sequence of the blocks, and so we can use catch statement. Exception as usually. So since we don't throw the exception here, that should be done automatically, and again the only case when we can have it is this one. So we can simply throw our custom exception here. And pass the string division by 0. And pass the false as well. Sorry, it's not the correct one. This one. Sorry. I think I already, yeah. And of course, separating. And yeah, we need to, so it's already asking us to handle this exception. We'll do it, but first of all, let's check the result. So the result is about. Then we again need to throw the exception, and here we need to pass the string. That output value plus a plus here we need to pass the operation plus space plus yeah, that's correct, plus b plus space and equals result plus is below minus 10. Or it's about 10, yeah. That will be the next one. So what's the minus 10? And it is about 10. And again it asks us to it's taking the nest class as the priority. So that's the wrong class here. It's somewhere requires somewhere else. Okay. Okay, and yeah, at the end we need to put draws at the end of the declaration of yeah, one more. So okay, we need to initialize it. It doesn't really matter for us, but okay, we can initialize it. initialize it, and yeah, there are no errors. So that's about the input and output. And yeah, at the end we can just simply call corresponding methods from just these methods from corresponding methods. So addition will have the same for all the operations. Validate input here, validate input here, and validate input in both these methods. And we can just simply return validate output. And in this case, the operation is plus addition, so return it here, and of course we need to throw the exception again. Here, throws simple. This one. That was. Yeah, sorry. I just missed that. This one. Class cannot throw the exception itself. Okay, maybe let's just simply copy. For the subtraction we have just a different operation. The same as here. For the multiplication. And there's the same for the division. Not for division. And I think that was pretty much it. Let's check. If I haven't missed anything. Maybe I missed, maybe not. Let's see. Okay, it's running. Okay, I missed something. Yeah, so I just mistyped the name of the class. That will state that it should be simple calculation exception. I used simple cal exception. Sorry for this messed up. Okay, and here's the same. See this for here, and that's practically it. Okay, let's check it again. Okay, the wrong session message. In addition, okay, let's check. I think that maybe I misstepped here. So what was this one? No, above 10. Value A is about 10. This is correct. And yeah, here's B. Here's the B one. Okay, here's the B as well. I just have it replace them. Check now. Yeah, time by time you can face each misstepping, that's fine. So we can easily get another one, we can easily solve them. If the A is below, yeah, this one. Yeah, okay, let's simply fix it. So the J unit test. Let's see the result. Okay, another one. Yeah, again here. A is about 10 and B is about 10. Not minus 10. Okay. So that's insertion error expected. Minus 3 plus 0. Okay, let's check. So here's below minus, yeah. It's below minus, and that's correct. Then B is okay. Oh, so yeah, that's most likely the output. So that's correct here. Yeah, let's see. Let's just simply check it with debugger. Something that should not be very complicated here. Do such check. this one should provide the error. See what's next. Minus 2. That should be fine. Oh no, yeah, its input is incorrect here. The input is incorrect here as well. This one input is incorrect as well. Same as here. Same as here. For this one, that should be fine. Okay, here it does all the checks. Then oh yeah, that's my mistake here. I forget to return the results. Yeah, just a simple mistake. I forgot about the result. Again, it's the right method. This one. Yeah, that's fast. So that's the okay, that's the solution. Yeah, I just simply showed you that it's possible that you can have some small issues, but based on the information, based on the debugging, you can solve all the issues this way. So there's nothing really complicated. Just need to be very careful and precise. Right, that's about this task, and now let's just simply see what we have on the collections. Should be the task for next week. Maybe let's start with what it is written in Odove. So the whole task about the collections. Yeah, that's activity 09, as I stated. So I need to implement two classes. Order, class for order creation and comparison, and orders class for order management and aggregation. So maybe let's just quickly take a look on them. So yeah, first of all, as stated, need to implement comparable interface with order class. Yeah, as you remember, for the collections we need, for not collection, yeah, for the usage inside the collections, you need to have the objects which are comparable. If we are talking about the keys, yeah, just to compare them and sort them if needed. And yeah, of course check for duplicates. Yeah. So yeah, first of all, I need to implement comparable interface for order class. Yeah, just as we did before, same way I need to implement it here. Then to do second, override implement necessary methods for order class. Yeah, so here there are the methods named. Constructor. So we just need to construct the class using the object using the parameters provided to the constructor. Then need to compare. Remember, if we compare the current object with another one, in this case we can use order, it means that if and then there's the returning integer value, and it means again if we compare this to another one, if the result is less than 0, it means that this is less than order. If the returning value is greater than 0, it means that this is greater than order, and if this equals to order, the returning value will be 0. Yeah, check if equals the same way. Here's the question. Okay, for different compare, should we add result integers? If you actually there's no such method to compare three variables, but so this is simply if you compare two variables, it means that you can compare any number of variables. So to compare, first of all, we need to check two. Yeah, like every time you do the comparison for any type of values, you just the only option you have to compare two variables. Yeah. In the programming, you cannot simply compare three or more variables at the same time. There are different algorithms to make this comparison, to make this sorting quicker, but all these algorithms are done using a comparison between two elements. So to actually compare three or more elements, first of all, we always need to compare two elements. Yeah, that's basically the idea. So if we want to compare three variables, we need to compare. So we need to compare. So have three variables. First of all, we need to compare one. Like you mentioned, have 1, 2, 3 variables. First of all, we need to compare the first two variables. Then check which one is the greatest of two. Then just simply switch the places if needed. Then compare the greater one with the last one. If greater, then move it at the end. If not, then the variables are sorted. I know I'm not drawing this. Just simply try to just simply show. Not show, but I hope you can imagine how it looks like. You're simply using the course to explain. Yeah. So let's asking what to do if name is greater than, if name 1 is greater than name 2, but customer 1 is less than customer 2. Okay, so let's see how the variables need to be compared. Yeah, it is explained here. So when comparing orders, compare the values in the following order. So first of all, we need to compare the item name. Custom exposure to start. So it means that first of all, we need to compare the item names. If the item name is first of all, we need to compare the item names. If the item name is that's basically the priority. First priority is that we check if the names are equals. Are equal. If they're equal, then we go next to check customer. If the customer customer names are the same, then we go to count of items. So that's basically the idea. Yeah, we just simply check them by priority. That's for the comparing for equals. So for the equals, need to need to compare them. Yeah. Again, need the same way. Just to check if they're equal. Need to use the comparison. So if we compare two items and we can put that these items are equal, then same here, return true or false. Yeah, they're equal to true. If they're not equal, then false. And for the hash code, and just simply need the hash code from the class, and to calculate it. So basically, the hash code is the unique value of the object. So in this case, you can simply we can consider this class as string again. So we simply concatenate item name, customer, and count. So we can concatenate these three values and separate them in some way. Oh yeah, so it's over here. And separate them this way. Then so at the result we'll have the string, right? And to get the hash code, we simply need to call the method hash code from this string. Yeah. So basically, so again we have the class, the method to string of the class. Yeah. As you know, so for each object we have the method to string, and from this string we need to get the hash code. And that's practically it for the order class, and the class of orders. Yeah. The class of orders. Where's to do one? There's no to do one for some reason. Okay, let's start with so I need to implement iterator interface with order class, and there's the hint use generic type of iteratable items in from iterator order. So in this case, again, I need to implement the that's to the 132. Oh, okay, yeah, thanks. And noticed it. But regarding this one, you need to implement the class iteratable iterator orders. Yeah, this one. You need to implement not the class but the interface. Yeah. Iterator orders here, and you need to override the methods for orders class. So there's the method order, which is the constructor, and it creates an empty order. Then add, which basically adds the element to the collection of orders. So in this class you need to have the list, the collection of orders, and also you need to have the current index of the collection. So just simply if we go through the collection using the iterator, you need to know the position we are here, and yeah, so some full screen. Yeah, sure. That's sure. Yeah. Can I make it some full screen? Yeah. Then simple getter and setter for the items. We need to enable sorting for all of them. Class next, just to check if the next element exists. Then remove, and again string. We just simply show list of orders as string. So yeah, to do for yeah, here again use through use and sort. Yes, that can be used. And the last one, when implementing get item set to join all requests for the same item from different customers in following way. If there are 2 requests, then item and equals, not equals, but that's the customer 1 free, and yeah, same for customer 2. That's yeah. So basically, yeah, that's this way on same item from different customers. Okay. Yeah, that's I'm trying to understand for myself as well. Yeah. Okay, that's a little bit seems a little bit strange. So join all requests for the same item. Different yeah, the same for me. Try to understand. Okay. Get item set. Okay, we basically need to go through all the orders in the collection. Then if the name is the same. Okay, so if the name is the same, then we need to join, basically. So it means that we need to, so we have, for the orders, we have name, customer, and count. So if the name is the same for two different orders, it means that we need to join them. So we increase. We basically we sum the count for each of the orders, and so if we join the customers as well. So that's the idea. Just let me text it. Maybe okay, get down from full screen. So we simply have order 1 equals name 1, 2, 3, 4, 26, 27. Yeah, these finds are strings. I hope they're strings. But not basically not strings. We just okay. Maybe let me explain. So we have the internal collection list inside the class. Inside the class orders. Then we go through the list. Yeah. We go through the list and let me. So this is the list. Order 1 name, then customer is customer 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. Then the just be customer 1, and then the count will be 3. For order 2, we again have the name 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's the customer 2, and the count is 4. Order 1, yeah. So we have the same name for two order items. No, just sorry. Here's the name. So I have the 2 names for 2 different orders. So maybe just make it more clear. Okay, another order with different name. Customer 2 and count will be 6, for example. So, and at the end we go through and the result. The result will have we have order, joint order with the name 1, 2, 3, and the customer will be customer 1 plus comma and customer 2. Customer 2 and the count will be 3 plus 1. Basically, that should be 7. Yeah. So that's the idea, and the last order remain the same. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Customer 2 and 6. So that's how it should look like. So if the names are the same, then we need to join these 2 orders. Right, that's how it should look like. Okay, now it's time. I think it's time to break, and let's meet in 10 minutes. Okay, let's continue. So yeah, that's the home task for the next week. And I think that I'm not sure if you are already ready to do activity extra 08. Until the end of this week, yeah. Until next Monday. So yeah, strong week time for this exercise. As usual, yeah. See, MRT is tapping. Yeah, it seems that extra is. Yeah, then maybe let's keep it to the future, but let's see about the extra 09. Okay, that seems pretty much interesting. I think that you can take a look on extra 09 activity. So there won't be there's no deadline for extra 09 yet, but I think you can already take a look on that one. So if you're welcome to explore extra 09, so I think there's there's something there's something to go through, and I think that you can at least explore it and try to solve it. So yeah, that will be as an extra one. Yeah. There's no deadline for extra 09, but if you want, you can start it this week. And let's see how it is going, and if we are ready to include it in our usual activities. But for now, let's basically what I want to do tomorrow or today is to start talking about Jdbc, which is Java database connectivity. Maybe I'm not sure if you already managed to work with Jdbc in the previous courses. Did you or not? Just can you give some feedback? Okay, yeah. So that's fine. So yeah, that's why maybe I don't want to really start with the theory, but yeah, that's important. But at first, I would like to really start with the setup, because it may take some time for you to prepare for this topic. First of all, maybe let me first of all, maybe let's see how it looks in Adobe. And that's the 13th topic. That's this one. Let's see. Yeah. So here it is, and for those who use Java, you can use this setup, but in general, and I think for Java too, I would like to use XAMPP, because I think that's quite easy tool to use. So yeah, that's completely free, easy to install. Apache distribution containing binary database, PHP, and Perl. So first of all, you need to download it to your computer. Yeah, maybe I can do that since I use OS X. Maybe download it for a second time. Those who use Windows, the installation should be done in a pretty simple way, quite simple way. Maybe let me start the installation myself. Yeah, for now you're welcome to repeat these steps, because that's really important that all of you are able to use the database. So yeah, and maybe you already heard such terms like localhost. This basically means that you are using the database server, that the localhost is considered as there's the server which basically stored on your computer. Yeah. If we have if we want to store the files for the websites, for the websites or any other places where the database can be used, and basically the storage can be used. For this purpose, we usually use some other servers. You can easily find there are some distributors in the internet like Bluehost and a lot of other distributors who distribute just services for the databases and for the data storage. But for us, we just will simply start with the local host, with the local storage, which basically means that the data is stored on our computer. Okay, I think I already installed this one before, just not to waste the time with the downloading. I think it's... I think I deleted it. So okay, need to wait until it is installed, but okay, I already installed it, so I don't really need it. And for those who use Macs, you just simply need to drag and drop it into the applications, and that will work. So once it is installed, need to open it. And this is how it looks like on Mac. So at the moment it is not started. Yeah, in my case I just can, first of all, let's check what are the services we have here. In most usual case you'll have Apache MySQL and Pro FTPD. Then for our case we just need MySQL. Then for networking, maybe let's... Yes, so how do we is this bitnami model? I think we need example components, but not sure about bitnami model. I think you can select it if it is advised, but not sure if we need them. Yes, wait, I need to install it. Did you use the... yeah, you can simply use the installation for Linux and okay, let me check about some installation guidelines for Windows and the Linux, because for Mac users that should be really easy. I think that you need to... I think we can select from the server list. We definitely need MySQL. Let's keep Apache, and I think we won't need FileZilla, Mercury, and Tomcat. For program languages, let's keep everything. Maybe except fake send mail. It's not really needed. Not sure about the WebAlyzer, but let's keep them. Yeah, it doesn't really matter for us. Because basically we won't have the complicated functionality here. I think for setup you can, if you keep everything, that won't be the issue. Yeah, and once it is installed, you can start it. So it started, and here you have your AP address. And this is mine. I think for most usual case it should be 127.0.0.1. In my case I have this one. After that need to yes, I wanted to check if it is installed correctly. You need to run it. Yeah, so you need to run to... So first of all, it it should be running. Yeah. You should be able to open it. That's the first. Yeah, for the services you can start all of them you have, but I think in our case it's only needed to have MySQL, and then need to define the port forwarding rules between the host machine stack. I'm not sure if this goes by default or not. In case it doesn't, you can simply add the local port. The new one is local port 8080 for example, and the remote port 80. Then again need to enable it. And the last one is for the volumes, you need to press on mouse. So mount, and once it is done, it should work this way. You should go to this link, and after that you should be able to connect the local host. The computer is just going so slow. But, yeah, so and after that, once if everything is installed correctly, then you, by typing this link, you should be able to open your server localhost. Yeah, please do the installation and let me know how it is going for you. Yeah, it's fine if it's slow, but yeah, especially in this case, I want to be sure that you are ready with this one, so we can move on. Because that's really important to make this installation correctly, and after that we will be able to proceed with the Jdbc. So basically it is needed to have the database, yeah, so we can simply use the, okay, yeah, Marita, that's good, yeah, that's fine, Marita, that's fine if it looks completely different. It should look completely different but for Windows that's correct, yeah, if you have this panel, so yeah, Marita, you can press on start next to the Apache and MySQL. How to open it like this? To open like this, just need to open XAMPP application. Yeah. And for yeah. I'm not sure if you do have the local port Windows. Okay, now status is running. So yeah, so please try to open the link, but I think that you need to remove these characters, because yeah, the link, can you try this link? definitely different computers. Try this link. Yeah, so it works if because yeah, basically what the difference is that in my case I use local port. In your case, it seems that you that there's no local port defined. Okay, for Victoria that works. What about the others? It's opened. Yeah, the second link. Okay, primarily that works as well. What about the others? What others? How it works for you? Okay. Okay, I'm talking fast. That's fine. Works. After the link is opened, okay, I need to. Yeah. Have for those who doesn't work. Basically, have you run? So you basically should have the picture like Victoria. For Apache and MySQL, you should run the. You should run the. So you should run Apache and MySQL. Or yeah, at least yeah, it should run Apache and MySQL. Yeah, don't forget, because that's the starting point. Have issues with admins. Okay, yeah, it's fine. And yeah, Christina, what to do next? How to run? Press start. Yeah. So you have moment. You have this. You should have these two actions, and you need to start them. And okay, once it is done, so that's shut down unexpectedly. Then maybe. But she doesn't want to start. Ilse, can you open the config for it? Next to the Apache. I mean the config selection. This control panel next to the Apache on the right. So you have start, you have admin, and the third one is config. Yeah, can you open? Okay, that's. So you want more close. That's interesting, but what happens, Ilse, when you open this link? I mean, localhost admin. Does it work or not for you? For those who already done, okay, for Android it works. Okay, for us it seems a little bit. delete that. That's really strange. Okay, maybe try to restart example. If it doesn't work, maybe you need to restart your computer. But yeah, maybe let's not do it now. Maybe after the lesson, if at least maybe try to restart the computer if the restart of exam doesn't help. But for those who already managed to run this PHP my admin, yeah, maybe for the beginning. So basically, here you have the list of the databases. You have. I think by default you have some databases here, but for our testing we can create a new one. We can create a new database. And here we can create a new database. So let's create test Java. And here we can create simple table. Let's just use it. Test table. Number of columns here by default, and yeah. Here we may have ID. Let's just create simple. Mention that insertion now. Language can be changed. I think that was moment localhost. I think that I've seen this somewhere at the beginning. Okay, let's open it again. Just a moment. Yeah, here's the language. Here's the language. Yeah. Here's the language. Change here. Hope that I'm not sure if we can do it here. Maybe if it is not there, but try to search somewhere inside the site, but I think you should have the language here. Yeah. Okay, let's continue with the creation database table. So here we'll just have simple table is name, surname, and city. The type will be the text for the name, for the surname, for city, and let's have default as well. Let's have the ID as the key value. Use the key values, so use index and use it as the primary key. And yeah, here we use it as the key. And that's practically so. Just simply want to define a simple database table for persons, and let's have just simple name, surname, ID as the key value of the person, and the city. So then we can simply save it. And the database table now is created. And from here we can create new entries. And for example, let's have the ID 1, name, surname, can use white and letters as well, city, when adding info to the database table, maybe you can save screenshots to make sure we can. Yeah, I can simply moment press go, then you can. Yeah, I will enter. Okay, I will do the screenshot now. And starting Sandra Nona points. Okay, so have we started the. Okay, one more. This is a screenshot of the table. Screenshot of the table. Okay, towards persona. So this is how the table should look like. There's nothing special there. So for some none of the links work. Okay, so have you started SAMP here? Okay, can you that's for Sandra. Can you please share the screenshot of the exam control panel you have? Simply see here. Yeah, meanwhile, so we already entered the entry inside the table. Now we can add another entry. Simple. Then once you press go, you can see that it runs the SQL query, which looks this way. So this is SQL. Yeah, basically we'll talk about the syntax of SQL a little bit later. We won't go deep here, but basically SQL is used just for, in most cases, it's just used for two things, to select and to insert something inside or from the database table. How to get that table? Yeah, first of all, you can create a new, let's just, for our case, let's just create a new database. You press new, then we can create a new database. So once the database is created, then from the database we can create a new table. The Wi-Fi is gone too. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this so first step is that we need to create a new database. In theory, you can use the existing one, but I think it's better if we create a new one. So once it's created, then we can create a new database table. New database table, which is here, and as we can see, we just entered two entries with different IDs, same names, different surnames. Also, we can type the SQL query here. Which one? Moment. Basically, there should be 4 columns, at least for our case. And I think we can simply use the collision of UTF-8 and simply, that's not really important for us. What kind of collision do we have at the moment? Just simply let's create a small database table here. Okay, then once it is done, you can add your own entries here, just for the testing purpose. And after that, what else should we do? Inside the project, you want to use the database. You need to have the GAR file, which is MySQL connector Java 8.0.20. That should be, in your case, you can use the same one from M2 repository, which is, let's type int, but basically don't need to type integer 11. You just can just simply let's just create a new database table. So you just that's, you only need to select the integer as type. So it's again, it's not really important, just select the first integer and that's it. So that's the idea, that we just have integer and we use it as the ID. ID. And if you want to use Jdbc, at least what we will do, you can simply yes, we need to start it. Yeah, we need to start. Basically, I think we can simply start MySQL. That should be enough. But if you run everything, that's also fine. That's also fine. And okay, just folder. So yeah, once you go to folder M2 under the users. So here's the repository. After we run Maven. So as you remember, we got this repository and the GAR, which we need to use, is under MySQL folder, MySQL connector 8.02, and here is the connector we need to use. That's just for yes, Helena, and you need to start MySQL as well, yeah? We need to start MySQL and Apache. Yeah, so basically why I'm showing this one is, again, if we will need to use it inside the code. For your project, which is the one you use for activity packages and extra packages. It should already be here because it goes from POM file, and then we install the corresponding folders using Maven. But if you have external project where we don't even have the POM file, we can simply again use the build path. Oh no, when it is done, my computer got paralyzed, so just wait. Yeah, as I said, once you are able to open PHP my admin, that is considered as the exam works correctly. And yeah, using the libraries, again, you need to, if you want to use Jdbc functionality in your project, you need to have that MySQL connector defined in the Java build path in your project. Again, if you use this one, it should mean the one used for activities and extras. Basically, our project which we started working at the beginning. Since then, that should already be here. Yeah, Java build path, so you don't need to do everything. If you want to, yeah, it should be somewhere here under this M2 repositories, but if you want to use it in the external, not external, but a different project, you can simply go to build path and press on add external GARs. And from here you need to navigate to your M2 repository. That's here. So then go to MySQL connector, and need to select this one, yeah, which is here. In a different folder, but you need to select it. And once it is done, you can use the functionality of the Java database connectivity in your computer, in your project. Yeah, we'll use this database a little bit later. So, yeah, maybe about time today. Okay, Marit is typing something. Let's see. Marit is typing. Maybe I can go so. Yeah, no, that's no problem. We just the idea is that until the end of our today's session, I just want that everyone is able to use the localhost functionality. This PHP admin, so you're able to, you can create a database, and so you're able to access this area. You can create new database table and add some entries inside. So basically that's the purpose for our today's session. We'll show the steps starting from the table once more into the day lecture. Okay, so first of all, we need to create a new database table. So in a database, yeah. Here we have the list of the databases, so here we can create new. Then we simply create a new database. After that, we go to this database, and from here we can create a new database table. So here we provide table name. Then here we create the columns. basically, for your example, you can simply create whatever you want. Just create your own structure of the database table. It is just for the testing purpose, so nothing special. From one database folder to another. Well, not sure what they really mean from one folder to another. So I mean from one database to another database. At least I never tried it. I'm not really sure if that's a good idea to do. Because basically the database is something special for us. It's no, what's special? You can create. Just basically the idea is that we create a simple table here, and as I'm saying, the structure of the table I'm creating here is it matters at least nothing. You can create your own sample. I mean, basically, if you can imagine something, what you can store inside the database table, you can create it here. Yeah, it's you don't exactly need to have these 4 columns. It's just simply as an example. You can just, if you create your own example here, it's even better, so you can follow this follow this topic even more special. Yeah, how to add entries. Yeah, maybe just and once you, that's for what Wayne is asking, once you define all the columns here, again, just a simple way, define the name, define the type for each column. We need the length now, and default, again, it's not really important for us, maybe just for all except IDs. You can use null for ID. For key, that's really important that it has the value. And what else we need? That for the key, we need to add primary, which means that this is the primary key of the table. Okay, so we create the table, and once it is created, you can add the entries. And entries you can press on the insert. And here you can, if you can simply type SQL query here. Insert into test table ID velocity value. So here you can free import name. For example, city. And yeah, we can go. And this is the way how we can add. Also, we can use the insert. Yeah, if you tap on the insert. So here's the insert. You can provide the key, the ID, and the name, surname, city, and press go, which will basically execute the query which inserts the entry into the table. But again, if you're welcome to use SQL query, that would be even better. So you go to SQL, and from here you can press insert, and so here you have insert into database table, which is the name of the table. Then so here you provide the fields. After that you provide the values, and so if you provide everything correctly, then this will insert the entry into the database table. Okay, let's have 10 minutes break now. So during the break, please, for those who haven't managed to run this PHP admin and create your own table. Yeah, please try to create it, and after the break we'll can go through this one. Yeah. Okay, let's have a break. Okay, so you see there are some questions here. For Marita, it seems that I think that's for Marita. It seems that the table is correct. And maybe you have different versions, something like this, but it doesn't really matter. If basically if you have all the fields with all the columns with all the values, that's fine. That's fine. And but Ilza, there's problem for Apache. Okay, let's check. It seems that okay, it shows that the port is. I'm sure this port is occupied. We also unable to open process. Change to some order. I think yes, you can try to change it. Maybe to 443, for example. Yeah, I think you can try to change. In config, you should be able to do it. No, but okay, you can try. You can try. That's a little bit strange because maybe you can remove 80 and just keep 443. It's also as an option. If you just keep 443 and remove 80. Can you please check? Okay, that's okay then. Maybe I try to change it. But I think by default there should be 2 ports, and that's really strange that you have this issue. Okay, maybe that's somehow related to your user in the computer. I mean, do you have all the corresponding accesses? Which are not the variables. Reconfigure. That's very strange. Okay, maybe can you change it some way? So if you press on config, then select PHP my admin maybe. Okay, we missed that link. See the edit. And these options, okay, in some way. So if you maybe can you press on the options here and check what you have here. But I'm not really sure if you need the options to be used here. I mean, because it's not really important to have these options here. In theory, as I said, you can basically tab SQL query. So if you just simply put delete here, you can add where condition and delete where ID equals 3, for example. Yeah, maybe dot and semicolon at the end. Simulate query, so it matches row 1, and if we this row not execute, delete from, and this is the option how we can do in this config file. Okay, so here this one for me since I'm not okay, but okay, to be honest, I'm not really sure what do you really need to do the config file. So it's maybe okay, maybe I will try to find the answer until the next session for real, because at the moment I'm not sure if I can deeply explore this issue. Because this seems a bit strange. Maybe again there's some specifications in the access for your user in your computer. Maybe something is not, but I will try to at least explore something until next session. Yeah, try Sarah's proposal as well. And yeah, if unsuccessful, then let me know. I'll try to explore for the answer. Okay, but yeah, for today it's just simple requirement. Create a new table, add some entries there, and yeah, basically about SQL queries. So maybe yeah, we can talk. So again, SQL queries are used to just do simple operations with the table. Select if we use select star, it means that we want to select everything. If we want to select, for example, surname, table. Okay, also then I'll try to export it until the next session. Yeah, about SQL. Okay, question from Lina: is this environment somehow related or connected to Eclipse? I may have missed. No, we have not any connection to the Eclipse, and we basically won't have. The idea for the host server, so this is just a server, yeah. So this environment will be used as the server. Basically, here we store the data, and what we'll do in Eclipse using Java, we'll simply try to connect the server and get data from the database here. So try to get the data, import or update data, delete something. Yeah, maybe in short about the SQL, because this is widely used. Not widely, but this will very largely used in when we are talking about databases. So using SQL, we can connect. We can fetch the data, change or delete that data from the database tables. So again, the idea is if we're not using any complicated statements, if we want to select, again we can simply tap select. So here we have some options here. Select, then we provide the field names, what we want to select, like surname. We can select I think I don't have such okay, I think I have such symbols, but just simply I can use something from the right side. Then yeah, using so we tap select. It means we'll ask for some entries from the table. Then we have fields we want to select. So here just simply ask for surname and city from, then I press table name, and here we can give the condition, and the condition what would be ID equals 1. Yeah. Let's be simple here. Then when we press on the go, so when we execute SQL query, and here we can see the result. We got the surname and we got the city, where ID equals 1. So in this case we cannot see the ID because we didn't ask to select it. So, and if we select we simply select star, it means that we select all the columns from the database. Yep, so we select all the columns from the database table. What else? We can have multiple, more complicated statements. We can use and, for example, we can use city equals Riga, and maybe this is ID, that's a unique one. Name equals just a name, for example, yeah. So I go, and yeah, it results nothing. Set equals 0 rows, okay, because I think because I deleted it, I deleted my entry, so it's 0 rows. Is there a way to preview in the question? Is there a way to preview the data that is stored in the columns while writing SQL? Not actually. You're not able to preview data. Yeah, you need to execute the query, and after that you will be able to get the data. Because you are not able to preview, because in most cases you have the huge database table with tables with thousands of entries, and there's no actual need to preview them, because in most cases there's no need to preview such large amount of entries. Yeah. So that's about the select. So we already covered insert, and maybe we can also use the update. So we select update. We provide the table name again as usually. Then we can simply set the entries. Since ID that's the unique one, I don't want to update it. But for the ID one, we can update into something else. Okay, there is city. Okay, we don't need semicolon here. So execute, it shows that one row is affected, and in the database you see that the entry is updated. So what else? What else do we have here? Yeah, update, delete. Okay, that's clear format, not what we cover now. So that's the. So these are some simple queries we can write to the table. As we won't go really deep here, but yeah, that's just if you know, basically if you know how to use simple select, insert, update, delete for most cases, if you don't really need any complicated queries for database table, that is enough to know this. Yeah. So basically, your requirement is just to fetch some data from the database. It's enough if you know these structures. Select star, select everything. Select exact columns. Then insert new row, update and delete. Right, so that's about this installation. Okay. So any questions about this installation, about new home task activity 09 for this week? See more typing. So we have local server now. Yes, now we have the local server. Yeah, local database, yeah. Okay, so if there are no questions for today, then yeah, until next lesson, please, to all of you, try to finish the installation for the local server, for the database, and yeah, and start working on your activity 009, yeah, and so during next lesson we will discuss any queries, any questions, any concerns, and for Ilse I'll try to explore your issue deeper and try to help you on Wednesday. Okay, but in general, thanks for your attention today, and next lesson we'll start talking about Jdbc and how you can use it in Java. Yeah. Okay, thank you and see you on Wednesday.